Hello and a very good evening to all our attendees and viewers who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. A very warm welcome to all the Saga series. A quick recap for those of you who are new to Pick a Book. Pick a Book is all about reading and more reading and inculcating the habit of reading, research, and presenting the summary of it in our regular meeting sessions. Creating a better world by changing the sense of self through the habit of reading is the vision of Pick a Book. Currently, Pick a Book marked its inspiring presence in four countries: Sri Lanka, India, Singapore, and UK, with over 1,200 plus readers, 18 plus regions, and 100,000 plus people inspired through our sessions in just a span of 18 months. So Pickabook continues to spread its wings across the globe, and we have come up with this new initiative, a brand of its own called Author Saga Series. Wherein the authors can reach their readers and individuals with like-minded interests. Authors can also discuss the key insights from their books, and readers can have this wonderful opportunity to know more about the book from the author himself. So let's not waste any more time and let's welcome our today's author, Mr. Deepak Parabat.
Hi, hello everyone. How are you? Thank you, Sona.
Welcome, Mr. Deepak. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you with us tonight. And
Pleasure is
then,
all mine.
great. So, congratulations on this beautiful book. Well done. You're hired.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Great. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get to know a little more about the author today. Mr. Deepak Parabat is a co-founder with India's most reputed author coaching company, Superfast Author. He's a founder director at India's fastest growing publishing company, Wings Publication, and COO with the world's first Hindi digital self-development platform, Brainflix, and he has got around 30 years of rich international experience, like 15 years in corporate and 9 years in education sector, and almost 4 years as an entrepreneur. And he is part of few giants, corporate giants like IBM, Kingfisher Airlines, Mother's Recipe, Jockey, Circle Peppers, Mantri Constructions, Unity Telecom, Mandal Institute of Technology, etc. And he is, he's a nature lover, and he loves wildlife photography, trekking, and sketching. Wow. Okay. And he participated and won many prizes in the national level rifle shooting tournaments. And the interesting side of him is he acted in Marathi TV serials like Mayur Pank, Saptarshi, and Chaya, and also acted in Marathi movie Saiba Bancha Mahima. Okay, yeah. So a very warm welcome, Mr. Deepak Prabhat. That's a very
Thank
a broader bio, I would say. You almost covered all the interests of many
all
people
the
there.
when I was in college, I was very active in sports. I was very active in cultural activities, and
Yeah.
how it was.
Yes, you look like you have lived the lives of many in one life.
Exactly. No regrets. No pending desire.
Great. So, okay.
Thank you.
First of all, we take this opportunity from the Pickabook community and everyone who is watching us live here, wants to congratulate you on this wonderful book, and we all wish you a great long way in writing.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. So, yes, are you an avid reader?
Oh, right from my childhood. Uh,
Hmm.
I used to read different types of novels, especially my education was from Marathi medium school. So during my school days, I used to read literature of Marathi authors, and we have plenty of very popular writers who wrote in the language. So that I did. I used to read detective stories and suspense thrillers that time. Then
Mm-hmm.
slowly I graduated to self-help books, motivational books, and the short stories, novels.
Mm.
Poetry I like. I'm not a poet myself, but poetry I like. Shero shairi I like. So
Okay.
I am a avid reader. I make sure that at least a book I finish in a week's time. So at least 3 4 books a month I read.
Wow. Wait,
And
that
the best part
sounds
is
nice.
I'm into publishing. So every time I'm surrounded by books, and every time a new manuscript comes to me, I'm the first one
Yeah.
to go through it.
You're blessed that way, I would say.
I'm blessed that way. Yes.
Great. So you get to read the first copy of every author after
Yeah.
himself.
The first copy. Yes.
Superb. Okay, so and do you think reading so many books, being an avid reader, that somewhere help you to play a key role in making you what you are today? So what's your take on that?
Of course. When you go through the work of other authors, then everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has
Mm,
gone through many ups and downs. Everyone has learned new things. Everyone has found out or explored new ways of doing things. So when you
mm,
go through their books, when you go through their struggle or their journey, then obviously your perspective widens. Your vision also gets clear. A lot of people are there who are there to help you through their book. They're showing you path ahead. They're giving you better clarity. So obviously
mm.
I am what I am because of many people,
Yeah.
who right from my family, friends, and everyone. But yes, those who have contributed through their literature, that
Mm.
that also plays a very big part.
Yes, very rightly said, Mr. Deepak. That is very true. Because like you said, literature plays literally a very key role when it comes to having different experiences
Correct.
in just one life. Because we cannot live the experience of everybody, so
We
we
always
cannot.
say, uh, when you have a body without soul, it's the same
Mm,
life you live if you don't have books in your life. So
books,
books
exactly, perfect.
books
Yeah,
without,
very.
yeah, so it's your, like, it's like a soul.
Yes, great. Very well said. Okay, so how did your journey as a writer start?
Oh, I have 25 years in HR, and I was into recruit role and the performance appraisal and the statutory compliance and rewards and recognitions, all functions of HR.
Mm,
Luckily, I got chance to work with few multinational giants, and I got chance to head their HR department. So, right from the entry in the organization, exit, everything, all the functions I I could handle.
mm,
When the journey was going on, I used to get frustrated most of the time when I was involved into recruitment process. That I used to meet people who are on paper very qualified. Their academics was great, but when you start talking to them, they are not employable. And I have
mm,
selected few but rejected many during my career. I
yeah,
probably must have rejected few thousands, probably few lakh of candidates. And
yeah,
when I was rejecting them, obviously the reasons were known to me. I never used to
mm,
tell the reasons to the candidate that on this grounds I have rejected you, or for this reason I
mm.
have rejected you. Obviously, that's not
That's true.
a very polite way of doing things. So,
Mm,
but at the same time, this thing was going on in the back of my mind, that if this guy knows what is the reason for my rejection, or what is the
mm,
reason for me not getting selected in this organization, probably he'll get selected in his next job. And
yeah,
most of those reasons were related to the softer aspects of his personality, what we call it soft skills or the behavioral skills. uh,
okay.
so
Mm,
that time I said there has to be some mechanism to communicate this, and one fine day I decided to write a book, so that at least someone who is ending their educational journey or their formal education and trying to get into corporate world, at least this book
mm.
helps them.
Great. So I should be. I should definitely own this book then for sure. Because
Just send me
being
your
in.
address. I'll gift it to you.
Oh, thank you so much. That's such a nice gesture. Being
Most
in HR, being HR myself, so I would definitely love to know more about this. Mm.
I would love to give to you. Please send me your
Okay.
address.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now I think I got a gist of this book. You know, what made you interested in writing this book? I understood the reason why. And the title is also very well chosen. You know, the well done, you're hired. Generally, we speak more of a fired, but then
Well done, you are hired.
you're hired. Yes, good. That's a very positive title. Mm,
Correct.
superb. Is there any particular reason for choosing this title? What is the struggles you went to behind choosing this title?
I probably must have shortlisted around 300 titles.
Oh, okay.
Whatever used to come to my mind,
Uh-huh.
me, my wife, my son, we used to just think aloud, and everyone
Okay.
who used to get any idea, we just used to note down in a diary. uh,
Mm-hmm.
I, because I was still writing and we were not sure what the title is going to be. So everyone used to write in that diary. And one fine day,
Mm.
when my manuscript was ready, and then I decided to title it, I
Mm.
had around 300 titles, shortlisted titles, you can say. And then we all sat together and then started removing one by one. Like, this one is
Okay.
not good and this one is not so good and there can be a better one. And finally, then
Mm.
last 4 5 titles we shortlisted on. This one was, we all had a common agreement on this one, and then we decided
Mm.
to go on this. And of course, as you said, this one is with a very positive vibration and a positive feeling to it. So we all decided
Mm.
to go ahead with it.
Superb. Awesome. That's a good catch. That's very nice. So okay. So yeah. We with already I've introduced you with a lot of things about you, but we still would love to hear from your in your own words from you about yourself.
Okay, when I was in my college days, I used to act a lot, street plays, short plays, and then intercollegiate, inter-university competitions for dramas. I used to write. I have written
Okay.
few plays. I used to direct. There is a record on my name in my college that for consecutive 5 years, the best actor
Mm-hmm.
prize was given to me.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I could win many prizes and many trophies for my college. So I was very famous locally during those days.
Okay.
And then obviously afterwards I got chance to work in few Marathi TV serials and a few Marathi movies, short
Movies.
movies, short plays,
Mm.
short films. What you can say. I
Yeah.
was also active in sports. I was a windsurfing coach, and I used to teach students from various
Oh,
colleges. I was a windsurfing coach. Uh,
okay.
I was a rifle shooter. I was a state level boxer.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
then, when all this stopped, then I graduated to motocross, and then I started motocross. So that was
Uh,
so I was active in culture. Other than education, I was active everywhere.
in, to simplify it, that's the best way.
Simplify it. Other than education, other than college, other than studies, I was active everywhere, and that's why culturally and sports,
Uh,
these were my hobbies and my passion. Then I
okay.
did my MBA. Then I started working marketing field. My MBA was in marketing, so I started in marketing. But as I realized, this is not my field. This is not what
Hmm.
I would be able to do for long term. Then I
Okay.
acquired a qualification called MPM, that is Master in Personnel Management, which is equivalent to
Hmm.
MBA HR. And then I
Okay.
shifted myself from marketing to HR, and then uh, around 20 25 years in HRs. I got
Hmm.
chance to work in Singapore. I got chance to work in Nairobi, Kenya. A few
Hmm.
years I was there. Uh,
Okay.
and few multinational companies like Kingfisher Airlines, IBM, Airtel,
Mm.
Unity Telecom. I could work with them, head their HR department, and
Awesome.
it's been a fantastic journey.
Yes, I am so loving your journey. You have been into see edge. Usually, if somebody is into sports, they only excel in one of the sports. And if somebody is good at acting, they only take acting as a career. I mean, at least fun some part of it. But you are into acting, you are into multiple sports, and you have been a coach and you
When
whatnot.
I was in
You do.
college, my father used to ask me, "What exactly you want to do in life? You you are standing on 10 different stones. What exactly you want to do?" And no one was sure. Even I was not sure what exactly I want to do.
Yeah.
And
You
finally,
you all the way surprise them. You all the way surprise them by
I
becoming,
surprised myself. I surprised myself as well.
by taking up HR field totally and working for
Exactly.
multinational companies again.
And
Uh,
see, after spending these many years in HR, uh, I'm an entrepreneur right now. I'm a trainer. I'm a coach. I'm into publishing, and
yeah,
own a company, and then obviously totally different from the field of HR.
exactly.
So
So now you're an
I'm
author.
uh, an author, coach, publisher, trainer.
Awesome. Truly inspiring.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. So, okay, let's get into more about this book. So, what is this book all about? Like, what is that you want to reach the audience through this book?
Uh, as I told you, I was sitting in the recruiter's chair, and I have
Mm.
done many recruitments. There were few observations and there were few notations which I took, and then I noticed that many of the students can't even write a resume. Then they
Mm.
don't know what is the difference between the curriculum vitae and the resume and the biodata, and what
Mm.
should be written, what not should be written. You're coming
Mm.
here for the role of, I'm just giving you an example. You're coming here for the role of software programmer, and you're writing your height and your weight and color of your eyes. We don't need to know all these things. If you are applying for the role of air hostess, then probably yes, we need to know everything. We need to know
Exactly.
your body measurements and your hair color and your eye color
Mm.
and everything. But
Yeah,
for the software programmer's role, we don't need these details. So I noticed that people don't even know how to prepare a resume. So
true.
the book talks about the importance of writing a covering letter, importance of writing a resume. This
Mm.
is one chapter. Then I noticed that most of the candidates who are freshers in the market, in the job
Mm.
market, and they're about to begin their career, they don't know the typical recruitment process of the multinational companies or big organizations. So I
Okay.
have stressed on that how a typical recruitment process begins: interview, screening, then maybe written test, then maybe technical test, then group discussion
Mm.
techniques, and then personal interview. So every round is a elimination round, and only the best of the best from the available lot that reaches to the last level. So I have spoken about them. Then I have given details about the group discussion techniques, what you should do during the group discussion rounds, what you should do, what you should not do, the do's and don'ts typically. If you find easy topics for discussion, how your behavior should be. If
Mm.
you face any topic which is not known to you or which is a difficult topic, how to handle that situation. So actually I am giving a lot of insider information to them, that
Mm.
what a typical selector or a recruiter is looking at you and what he wants
Mm.
to hear from you.
Yeah.
So group discussion techniques, personal interview techniques, then there are frequently asked interview questions, how you should handle them, what
Mm.
you should avoid talking about, then how your dressing sense should be, how the body language should be, your facial expressions, your way of dressing, your
Mm.
presentation style, what you should do during interviews. So then body language is another aspect. So separate tips for boys and separate tips for females,
Yeah.
and what you should do if the recruiter rejects you, what you should do if you get a selection
Mm.
call from them. So all these areas I have covered in my book. So if you take this seriously, then obviously it's like a leaking the paper. I was in the recruiter's chair. I was in the recruiter's chair, and I know what a recruiter thinks. He's not,
Okay.
when he asks you a simple question like, "What are your hobbies?" He is not at all interested in your hobbies, but he's asking you questions. So why he
Okay.
is asking you the questions and what he wants to know from you, what he wants to hear?
Mm.
That those typically frequently asked questions and their ideal answers I have given in my book. So
Mm.
a lot of fun. Uh,
Okay. Since
I
you have
have,
raised this topic already, so I am keen to know why do you ask the questions, what are your hobbies like?
see, uh, there are few aspects which we want to study about that candidate. First, how serious and how unique he is about his passion.
Okay.
Watching TV. If someone tells me that watching TV is my hobby, how can watching TV be your hobby? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, true.
If you say me nature's photography, painting, playing music, and then playing flute, maybe traveling, okay, I can still understand.
Makes sense.
You're
Yeah,
exploring,
true.
you're exploring.
Yes.
But watching TV, fine. If someone tells me reading books, then the immediate next question, what type of books?
Yeah.
Do you like reading spiritual books, science fiction
Mm.
books, novels, or you like maybe self-help category books? So if
Mm.
someone tells me that I like self-help book, then immediately the calculation starts. If the person at age of maybe say 21, 22 is so serious about developing himself, then he's
Mm.
serious about his overall development, he's serious about the growth, he's serious about
Mm.
learning. So we are
Okay.
trying to judge his personality as a whole.
Okay.
But most of the time what happens, they also know that these type of questions are coming, and they also give these typical answers. Then the next question immediately, which one
Mm.
is the latest book you have read?
Mm.
And if he says I have read maybe Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki, then immediately next question,
Mm.
have you read about ESBY aspect,
Mm.
ESBI? And if he says yes, then okay, tell me, explain me. So if he's
Mm.
lying, then there are chances of catching him. And if he's
Mm.
really serious, then I know he's the right candidate. He can move ahead.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that
So
way
there's
we
a
can
lot
judge
of,
him.
yeah, there's a lot of science behind one simple question, ladies and gentlemen. So
Exactly.
next time, be thoughtful and be well prepared. And this
Exactly.
book,
Exactly. Exactly.
even when I come across certain series where they say, even when I ask them to introduce themselves, so most of them say watching TV. So that sounds so stupid for me as well.
Exactly. Exactly. We
Mm,
typically ask one question to female candidates: are you married?
mm,
Are you married?
yeah,
Of course, it is her personal life, it's her personal preference. We don't have any right to ask her
yeah.
this question, but we still ask this question
Mm,
for a very simple reason. If she's married, uh, then she's maybe settled. But if she is not married but planning to get married, she might get relocated, she might try
yeah,
shift
true.
to another city. Then whatever expenditure or time and efforts we are going to invest in her
Mm,
training and development, and that is going to go waste. She
mm,
might leave my job and go with her husband. So
yes.
that's one angle.
Exactly. So the lot of calculations going in there,
Exactly,
for
lot of
sure.
things are happening inside when we are asking questions.
True. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's whenever you question is asked, don't be so foolish to answer straight. Think about it. Why is it being asked? You better do your homework before you go to, attend an interview to
And that's
understand.
where
So,
my section on frequently asked questions and their ideal answers that comes in picture.
answers. Exactly. So this book can be of great help for all those people out there who are going to start their career soon. So
Exactly.
just go and grab the book, and you will. I'm sure you will definitely crack. You'll have lots of chances to. Yes, you are hired. Well done, you're hired. If you want to hear the word, well done, you're hired. So you just grab this book soon on Amazon,
It's
right?
available on Amazon.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon, so you just go and grab it very quick. Okay, so yeah, my next question goes, who is this book for?
This is particularly for someone who's finishing their formal education, maybe
Hmm.
commerce education, commerce graduate, or engineering graduate, or a MBA graduate, any kind of student who's finishing his final education, getting
Hmm.
ready to get into corporate world to start his career. This book is for
Hmm.
him.
Yeah, good. Great. Okay. So okay, how many chapters are there in total?
Eight
In
chapters.
this
Eight
eight
chapters.
chapters.
Correct.
Okay, great. So what important aspects you have covered in this book?
Resume writing, group discussion techniques, personal interview techniques, body language, then resume writing,
Hmm.
then grooming, interview do's and don'ts,
Okay.
and frequently asked questions. So these are 7 8 broad areas I have covered in it. Telephone etiquette,
Okay.
of course, etiquettes, telephone etiquettes,
Hmm.
email etiquettes.
Hmm. Okay. So yes, in this, okay, especially when it comes to pandemic now, because this is something an unexpected hit, right? So
Correct.
nowadays, like the interview process is no more the same which is 2 years back. So the
Correct.
process has been there has been a slight changes in the process as well, right?
Right.
So now, like the initial interviews must be going on through Zoom or things like that, so
Hmm.
the new challenges and the new ways of doing it. So any tips on that you want to share for the new kind of interviews they're going to face?
uh, I might add one chapter to
Hmm.
it, like how to face
Hmm.
interview when through screen or through technology, and
Hmm.
then I might add a few tips to that, because
Hmm.
I have seen few interviews where the candidate is talking, he's in the middle of some serious discussion, and
Hmm.
someone from his family roams around, and there is a background TV noise. Someone from the family is starting a
Yeah,
mixer.
shouting and all the utensils going on in the
Yeah.
air like that.
So you have to be
Yeah.
serious. This is a serious thing which is going on.
Mm,
You have
that
to
is true.
be
See, yes, because especially I find this so weird because that is the thing now. So because of this pandemic situation, like a lot of people are now working online, so interviews also have gone online for a
serious. Is it
while. Yeah, now the initial interview, especially when we are hiring him for a bigger positions, okay, fine, because we may call him on to the office and take him. But the initial first two levels of interviews are going through on Zoom.
correct?
So yeah, so then it's it is getting extremely difficult to understand, because of the whole chaotic situation around, and all those things, all the new challenges cropping up.
And
Uh,
sometimes when the interview questions are technical, or probably you are asking him a lot
hmm,
of what you can say official information or a technical information, you don't know whether that person is browsing online and
exactly,
copying from something,
exactly.
referring to
Yeah,
something. You're not sure.
you're not sure. Hmm.
Yeah. So
That is true. That is true, and
recruiter's
also.
job has become
Um,
difficult.
has been difficult, yeah. That's the right angle, I would say, because
Correct.
we're not getting the correct inputs,
Yeah.
and there we don't know their body language, and yeah, that's I think body language reveals a lot of it usually.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that is where we don't get to see through these online interviews. So I think you may have to include your chapter, like how you said,
Yeah, I'm thinking about including a chapter on this. Maybe in next edition, I would do that.
yes, definitely. Okay, so yes, what is your next projects you're working on? Is anything?
My next book is ready to launch. Just few more lines to it,
Mm,
few more pages to it, and
okay,
it is getting ready to launch. This is a book on spirituality. Spirituality is a very it's a subject very close to my heart.
okay,
So I have written a book
hmm,
which is almost over.
okay,
Another maybe 1,000 2,000 words. It's in the last phase, and
okay.
within next few weeks probably it would be out
Hmm.
in the market.
Superb. So all the way from sports to, and then next to working for MNCs, next becoming an entrepreneur, becoming an author, and then exploring the spirituality. So is there anything left beyond spirituality? I
again
don't see so.
again, as my father always say, what exactly you want to do,
What
Deepak?
exactly you want to?
And I say I want to do everything.
That's a beautiful way of living your life. So fantastic on that note. Okay, so I want to just close this interview on a funny experience of yours, in handling, in being a HR. Have you come across any funny incident you want to share if from your own life or from the the interviews you have taken?
I'll just give you a couple of examples from few of
Mm.
the interviews I had conducted during my corporate days.
Okay.
One fine day, my junior had scheduled a series of interviews for me,
Mm-hmm.
and one gentleman comes and stands in front of me when I called for the next candidate, and he
Mm-hmm.
came and stood in front of me, and I looked at him and I said, "You're rejected." And
Mm-hmm.
he was clueless. I didn't even ask him a question. I didn't even ask him to sit, and I said, "You're rejected."
Yeah.
And he was totally shocked, not
Uh,
even a word between us. and,
okay.
and he asked me, "Sir, but can you tell me why it is?" Like, simply because of two reasons. One is you are in jeans. You're
Uh-huh.
here for a mid-level position, and we want people to be serious about their attire, their looks, and their
Mm.
overall appearance, and you're here
Mm.
in a jeans. Second thing,
Okay.
you're not clean shaved. If
Hmm.
a person is not serious about his appearance, I doubt how serious that person will be on the role, on the job.
Hmm.
So I don't want to
Okay.
hire. For this position, I want a little more serious person.
Okay.
So this was one incident. Second incident, a person was sitting in front of my chair. We were having a good chat, and I was getting into a positive mindset where I had started liking that student, and
Hmm.
then suddenly his phone rang,
Hmm.
which was in his shirt pocket, and suddenly he
Okay.
rang, and the tone of his mobile was so awkward.
Okay.
I immediately stopped that interview and I said, "We will get back to you."
Okay.
If you don't have these kind of basic manners where you should be putting your mobile on silent for a
Silent
silent
mode.
mode, or maybe airplane
Hmm.
mode, and putting it in your bag before entering into a recruiter's cabin, and that too
Hmm.
with a loud ringtone and
Hmm.
odd ringtone,
Or
then
ringtones.
again
Yes.
same thing. If you cannot be serious about all these things, I doubt how serious you will be on the job. So I don't
Yes.
want to take any chances. There are plenty of
Hmm.
good candidates available out there. I
Yeah.
shouldn't be compromising on the quality.
Great. So that gives those 2 year experiences, that gives a lot of tips and tricks. I would say a lot of knowledge for those of you who are starting their career. So, ladies and gentlemen, be aware of a lot of things when you are attending the interview. You should be more careful right from your head to toe. Don't leave any of it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Not just taking care of your mouth and communication isn't enough. You have to take care of from head to toe, like how Mr. Deepak
Corporate
Parabat
interviews
shared.
is a serious thing. Please take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's a serious
Yes.
affair. Please take it seriously.
Yes. You have to work it on in an etiquette and a lot of etiquette actually.
Correct.
So yeah, great. Okay, so lots of things shared, and thank you so much, Mr. Deepak, for such valuable input. So,
Thank
this
you.
book will be a great help to a lot of people out there, I would say. And ladies and gentlemen, wasting no time, especially those of the students who are looking to start their career on a serious note, this could be a lovely pick. Okay. So thank you, and everyone out there who are watching us live and who are watching us from their home. And thank you so much for giving your time. And thank you, Mr. Deepak, very much so for coming to the show and sharing your knowledge and experiences with us.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me here. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much. See you all again next week with a different book and a great author. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye. Have a good day.
Same to you. Thank you.
Thank you.